Why is it that most agents have been burned by marketing agencies, lead generation agencies, who's been trying to generate and seller ads for these agents, maybe you one of them, and been just burning money month after month? Or maybe you or someone you know have tried to run some online ads to get more seller leads, listing appointments and listings, but haven't really cracked the code. When at the same time, our agents have been crushing it month after month over the past 4+ years and been able to get seller leads consistently, as well as listing appointments, and actually sign and close listings month after month, and that way scale their businesses through online ads. So what is the big difference? That's what we're going to be diving into today on this video. And if you're new to the channel and don't know who I am, my name is Eetu. I'm the founder, CEO at Meskula, a real estate growth agency that's revolutionizing the way how realtors acquire listings by implementing the AI-enhanced, value-first online listing acquisition system. And on this channel, I'll show you how to build scalable and predictable listing acquisition systems so that you can close extra 12, 24, 36 or more listings per year. And if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Let's dive in. So, how to cut your CPA in half and double your listings. And if you know what I mean by CPA in this context, it is cost per acquisition, meaning how much it costs you to actually acquire a listing through this funnel, through online listing acquisition. So let me first dive into why most marketing agencies aren't able to actually generate results. So most marketing agencies, they're just running some basic Facebook ads and they're targeting everyone with zero advanced targeting, no optimization, no clear messaging, and really no thought behind on like what they're actually running. They also drive the leads to a Facebook lead forms, which are those native lead forms that you can easily set up in like 30 seconds from Facebook Ads Manager, and they auto generate some names, emails, phone numbers, and maybe they ask 1 or 2 questions on top of that, but those are really low intent and the quality tends to be not that good. As well as then they may text and email those to you. You get a new lead and it's your time to go and try to close the deal. And there are some agencies who do more than that. Don't get me wrong. There's some agencies who do more than that. And actually, this process that I'm first diving into is something that you can find in some shape or form from multiple different agencies, and maybe you have also tried either something like this or something like this that I'm going to dive into first, which is the basics. That's the foundation that we can build on top of, and I'll show you everything from numbers standpoint, so actually diving into the data behind that. So okay, let's dive into the process. So in this process map, we have the Facebook ad, okay? So with a Facebook, Instagram ad, whatever. Then we drive the leads to a survey. So instead of these native lead forms on Facebook, for example, I highly recommend you drive the traffic to a survey and you get their contact information, so name, number, email, phone number, the street address, the full address of the property, whether they are the homeowner or not, what's the relationship to the address, and then the potential timeline to sell. Those are the basic questions I highly recommend you to go ahead and ask, and you should be generating leads around $30 cost per lead on the seller lead side when it comes to Facebook and Instagram through this process. Depending on your creative, obviously here, which is something that we're going to be diving into on future videos, the best performing creatives. A little hint here, a tip here is that keep your creative simple, straightforward, and when you think about those, create offers that are actually easy to say yes to, and those convert the best. Now on this survey, obviously other things that affects to your conversion is the offer on the page, the headline, everything that you have on the page, the loading speed of the page, all the good stuff. So to keep it super simple, just have a headline, and then maybe a sub headline, and then the survey as the CTA, and get people to actually submit the survey, right? So the first step here, on this one, the idea is just to sell the click, alrighty? just to sell the click on the Facebook ads. You don't even see that. On this Facebook ad, just to sell the click. And then on the actual survey is to get them to submit the form, the survey, to get the information in, and that way they become a lead. Okay, so now we have defined what is a lead when it comes to this funnel. So they are the people who actually submit the survey on this page, and the cost per lead should be around $30. Alrighty, that's like the average, right? Then we have the booking page here, where we're driving the traffic from the survey. So people who fill out the survey will get directed to the booking page. And then on this booking page, they're scheduling phone consults with the agent, right? And then around 20% of the people who go into this page, so the people who submit the survey, will be scheduling the call, again depending on the how conversion optimized your page is, your availability on your calendar, etc., all that good stuff, which again, in future videos we most likely will be diving into how to optimize that thing and all that good stuff. Cool. And then from those actually the phone consultations that got booked from this page, around 70% of the people will actually pick up the phone and have that conversation with you. So 70%. There is a drop off when it comes to every step of the funnel. There's drop off on every step. There's drop off here, there's drop off here, there's drop off here, right? And then from the people that pick up the phone, you should be able to convert around 40% of those to in-person meetings. CMA walkthroughs, turning those into listing appointments and getting it from there. And from those in-person meetings, you should be converting around 20%, right? And this is the basic funnel. This is the foundation that we use to build on top of that. You want to keep things simple so that you know where the gaps are in the process, you know how to optimize the whole funnel, the acquisition funnel, and then also once it converts, then you can start to add more filters, you can add more friction in it and all the good stuff to increase the intent and all that. But that's pretty much it, and this works automatically, right? So like all these pages, all that stuff are connected to each other, so you're just sending people from page to page. Obviously you have to have the consultations and then convert those to in-person meetings, and then as I said, 20% of those in-person meetings will be converting into listings. That's kind of the KPI when it comes to it. That being said, if we have 50 leads, and again, if you want to get 50 leads and the cost per lead is 30, we're going to be spending 50 times $30, which is $1,500, right? $1,500. So that's the ad spend in order to get 50 leads. Of those 50 leads, 20% will book the phone consults from the page, from this booking page. So these leads are after they submit this survey. And so if we have, I realize you didn't see this, I really need to get better at actually organizing this thing, but bear with me. So 50 leads times $30 is $1,500 USD, or Canadian or euros, whatever the country is that you are in. But that's how much you put into ads in order to get 50 leads. And if 20% is the conversion on the booking page, then that means you get 10 phone consults booked, 70% of those showed up, so you get 7 actual conversations happening from those people who booked the phone consult from the booking page, 40% of those to in-person, so you get 2.8 in-person appointments, 2.8 in-person appointments statistically when it comes to this, and 20% of those will actually convert, so your conversion would be 0.56 listings from this funnel with the foundation with 50 leads, meaning your conversion is around 1.12%, and that would mean you would need 90 leads in order to convert one listing. And if we take 90 times $30, we'll get to around 2,700 cost per acquisition on this funnel. right? So that means you would need to spend 2,700 into ads in order to convert one listing. And now, if we make it better, so like this is what bunch of agencies are actually running, like something like this, or they have some variations of this funnel. This is something you probably have tried, and this is kind of like the basics of it. There are some people who are doing the next things as well, but they're just not doing it efficiently and effectively, and they don't understand the numbers, right? So that's why they're not able to actually make it work. Also, there's a couple nuances when it comes to what do you do actually on these pages, right? How do you run the ads, and all the good stuff in order to increase the conversions on the actual creative, on the actual ad, and then the survey and booking pages, as well as on your pickup rates and conversions to in-persons, and then obviously to listings. And all those are things that once we have the foundation in place, then we're gonna start to focus on that to increase those numbers. Alrighty, but now here's the step that we have added years ago. Let me just put my face somewhere here. So basically what we are doing is we have the same process here, right? So we have the ad, you can see the ad here, we have the ad here, right? Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff. The channel, the source on this funnel doesn't really matter as of right now, but we run Facebook, Instagram ads with most of our customers, and it just converts. It's just really freaking good. Facebook is really one of the only places that you can actually get 10x ROI, 10x returns right now if you just know what the heck you're doing. Cool. So we drive them to the survey page. We ask the same questions as I said earlier on the basic stuff. We have the booking page for the phone consults. Then from there, we still keep the show up rate the same, 70%, in-person appointments 40%, and then from those to listings 20%, and then we get the same thing here. But the thing that we do is that if you think about this, that if only 20% of people who get on, who become a lead, actually book a phone consult from the booking page, then we have 80% of people who did not book after they became a lead. So they did not book from the booking page. 80% of leads that are coming in. And now here's the thing, you should be, if you're the agent, you should be calling these leads, or you should have someone else calling the leads for you, or both of them, or having AI stuff included into it, which is what we have done in our process to make it super simple for the people who do not book. So the 80% of people who do not book, we have an AI that we have created, built, and implemented into this process that converse with these leads in 30 seconds. And out of those leads, the 80%, which is 40, because 50 leads times 80% is 40. Out of them, about 20% are converting into a phone consult through that AI booking bot, right? So the AI is actually having these conversations and booking around 20% of the ones that did not book from the booking page to phone consults, right? And that's including also AI, and then we teach them things when it comes to calling opt-in leads easily, and we have this 7 minutes call framework to actually convert those people. So like the 20% is like the AI, plus on top of that we do recommend human calls or voice AI calls as well, which we have implemented both of them in a way, and that what increases then the conversion to 20% on these leads that did not book on the booking page. So if you do not call the leads, or have someone else call, or don't have AI systems implemented when it comes to the 80% who did not book from the phone booking page, then you're missing out on a lot of appointments. You're missing out of, let me show you the math in a bit, but you're missing out of pretty much like half of your listings in that case. Because if you look at this, 20% of them actually then booked a phone consult, and 70% of those still show up. And that would mean we get like 5.6 show ups times 40% to in-person appointments would increase our in-person appointments. We would get 2.24 in-person appointments extra. And 2.24, I know you can't get 0.24 appointments, but bear with me, it's just math in this case, just to show you what it actually means. And then 20% of those convert into listings, so it's like 0.448 listings extra that you get just by calling the opt-in leads, or have someone else, have teams call the opt-in leads, or have AI systems implemented, or both preferably. And just by having that one thing there, that one extra thing will pretty much cut your CPAs in half and double your listings, right? And now the actual math here when it comes to cutting your CPA in half and doubling your listings. So we have the 4.448 listings, and then from the basic stuff we have the 0.56 listings, and that will come to about one listing from those leads. So 50 leads to one listing. Now let's compare, let's look at the math. So in the one example, we needed 90 leads to get one listing. We needed 90 leads to get one listing. We turned that now in a way that we only need 50 leads to get one listing. Wow, pretty cool. So we cut our CPA from 2,700 to 1,500. So in order to get one listing, it used to cost 2,700, but now it's only 1,500 to acquire one listing with this process, and implementing that one extra thing, and actually engaging, having conversations with the 80% of people who do not book, whether it's through AI, humans, or both of them preferably. So like, it is a huge thing here that if you do not call your leads, and if you don't have the systems implemented for nurturing and follow-up, then you will miss out on a lot of money and a lot of deals. So the decrease in cost per acquisition is $1,200. So we decreased our cost per acquisition by 44.44%, which is we cut our CPA in half, almost in half. So from 2,700 to acquire one listing, we got into, we were able to drop that to 1,500 to acquire one listing. So you technically are profiting 1,200 more to get one listing, which is pretty freaking cool. So in this new example, we have one listing out of 50 leads, which is 2% conversion. And then if we take the leads that we needed with the previous example, with the basic example, if we spend the same amount into ads, and now we get 90 leads, but we have this updated process with the higher conversion, we actually close to doubled our listings, right? So we had 1.11 or 1.12% conversion, and that meant we got one listing with 90 leads. So we have an 80% increase in outcome, because now with this new process, the updated process, with 90 leads, we get 1.8 listings. So 1 to 2. You need to spend a bit more money in order to get to the 2 in long term when you look at the numbers. But 80% increase in outcome, in results, just by actually focusing on the not so hot leads who didn't actually show up in that much engagement or that much intent throughout the funnel. But then we actually implemented agent calling the leads, following follow-up systems and nurturing process that we have built, AI systems, texting, engaging, as well as calling leads. Pretty freaking cool stuff. And that way being able to actually then increase the conversions, pretty much double your listings. So that's just to show how important it is to actually do the math and understand the funnel, understand all the different steps, parts of the equation, the acquisition process, the funnel, right? And that way look at it and be like, okay, where's the gap? Where do I need to focus on? And is it that the ads ain't working like we normally think? That it's something related to the ads, okay? The reason why I'm not converting, it's because of the ad or whatever. It's because of the survey or whatever. But in real world, it actually is most likely something else. It's just like not having the foundation in place and then not actually understanding the numbers and not having follow-up and nurturing systems in place that also converge to phone appointments with the people who didn't show up that much intent in the first place. So like focusing on the back end of the funnel when it comes to that, and you can actually double your production, which is pretty freaking cool. So if you just think about this and you think about the funnel that I walked you through, which is this one here, right? And actually having not only the front end but also the back end when it comes to the leads, and then focusing on the nurturing and the follow-up and having a systemized process for that and building that up, something that actually converts. And then you think about that, basically to keep it super simple, you can pretty much look at these numbers. Once you have the process in place and you averaging, once you have the process in place and it's nailed down and you're actually converting with those numbers, and you know what you're doing, or you have someone else who built it for you and actually knows how to guide you through that whole thing, then you can pretty much look at these numbers as the average KPIs. So when you're getting 50 leads, you should be getting 16, 17 phone appointments or conversations, actually. So like conversations, I would say, 5 in-person appointments, and then 1 listing out of that. So every 50 leads, you get 5 in-person appointments and 1 listing when you actually have the process in place. And then from there, you can actually start to tweak the things and actually make it, all of those make more sense, right? So like focusing on the conversion when it comes to each of these different steps in the process. And that's when then you can start actually think about like scaling it up. Do we need to improve some of the numbers? Do we need to just add more ad spend? That's pretty much it. It actually becomes super simple. Then scale everything up, scale the acquisition up once you have the process nailed down. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this alone, just having the solid process, and actually that's proven to work, and you understanding numbers will allow you to cut your cost per listing half, and then double your listings if you decide to do so. Obviously you just like then need to add more ad spend and scale it up and all that good stuff. So it becomes super simple at that point. If you want to learn more and potentially thinking like, okay, how could you help me out, or how could you guys help me out when it comes to this, you want to install our value first online listing acquisition system, so you don't need to wonder about like, okay, what these numbers should be, and is this actually working, all the good stuff, how do I build all those things and like make it make sense, and you just want to take something that's already proven to work, or with 400 other real estate agents that we helped over the past 4 years, and scaling up. So if you want to learn more and potentially want our team to help you with that, there's a link in the description. Go there, click the link, and then you will be directed to a page where you can find this video, the VSL, where I explain more in depth in terms of our process, our value first listing acquisition system, and how we can potentially help you out. So click the link, check out the video, and then schedule your interview with my team, and they can walk you through the process and also see if we can actually help you or not, because we aren't for everybody and we know that. So yeah, click the link, learn more. schedule a call with my team, and we'll see you on the other side. And if you just are one of the people who want to keep it doing yourself, that's totally fine. If that's the case, no worries, I got you. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. I'll be posting a bunch of new stuff over the next few weeks. See you on the next one. Ciao.